In this slide, we are going to study about living organisms and life processes. Now, life processes we have studied in Standard 9. There are various life processes like respiration, digestion, circulation, excretion, reproduction. All these are life processes, and these life processes are brought about by certain organ systems, and these organ systems are digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, excretory system, nervous system, reproductive system. So these organ systems bring about the various life processes. These life processes are extremely essential in the life of the organism, without which we cannot sustain. So for these life processes to take place continuously, we need energy. This energy is obtained from the food that we are going to eat, because the foodstuffs are going to provide us with various nutrients. We know about the nutrients, that is carbohydrate, proteins, fats, minerals, vitamins and water. Even fibers are important for our body. So these nutrients are utilized to generate energy, and this energy is then being utilized by the body to bring out various functions. So here we have just listed various organ systems, and these organ systems work continuously, and for their functioning we need energy, and the sources of energy are carbohydrates, fats and lipids. So these are the sources of energy from which we are going to get energy for performing the various life processes. Now, carbohydrates, we know they are broken down into glucose, and glucose is going to be an instant source of energy. Similarly, fats and lipids are broken down to fatty acids, proteins to amino acids, and we are going to utilize the simple form to generate energy. But by carbohydrate, fats and lipids by themselves cannot generate energy. They need oxygen. So the oxidation, or in simple words, if I say burning of the carbohydrate, proteins and fats is brought about in presence of oxygen, and then it releases energy. Where does this process take place? It's going to take place inside the mitochondria, which is a cell organelle, and it is present inside the cell. It is called as powerhouse of the cell, because here the carbohydrates or the fatty acids are oxidized, or they are burned in presence of oxygen, and they are going to release energy. So without oxygen, energy production cannot take place, and when we inhale, the oxygen is taken up and it is going to reach the various parts of the body or the cells, and inside the cells, the oxidation of carbohydrates is brought about, generating energy. Chiefly, we derive all our energy from carbohydrates, that is glucose. So this is the chief source of energy in our body. But when carbohydrates are not there, we are fasting, we are not eating, at that time the body utilizes the stored fats in the body for production of energy. So fats and lipids can be used if there are no carbohydrates in the body. If the fats and lipids are also not there, or they are not, then the body goes in for proteins to obtain energy. But chiefly all our energy comes from carbohydrates. Now, humans and animals, if we see, they have to be dependent upon other organisms for their food, and we obtain fruits and vegetables. We eat them so as to obtain the nutrients. Milk, fruits, vegetables, cereals, etc. All these are rich sources of carbohydrates, and we obtain carbohydrates from them so that we can generate energy. Plants, on the other hand, they are autotrophs. They can prepare their own food in presence of sunlight, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide and water. This food which is prepared by the plants is in turn stored in fruits, leaves, stem and the roots. So food is going to be stored by plants in these parts of the plant. Now, so this particular slide, we have come to know that how life processes, in order to continue them, we need constant source of energy. Now carbohydrates, when we talk about 4 kilocalories of energy per gram of carbohydrates is going to be obtained. So 4 kilocalories per gram of carbohydrates energy is going to be provided to us. So this is, carbohydrates are called as the cheapest sources of energy, because if you see the molecule of glucose C6H12O6, it has got 6 atoms of oxygen. Oxygen is in plenty in glucose, so to oxidize it doesn't require much effort. So mostly the energy is obtained from carbohydrates, and they are called as the cheapest sources of energy. Fats, on the other hand, will give you 9 kilocalories of energy per gram of fat. So they are called as the richest sources of energy. But to burn fats, we need lot of oxygen, because oxygen is not present in a large proportion in fats. So they are called as the richest source because 9 kilocalories of energy per gram of fat is going to be obtained, whereas in carbohydrates it's only 4 kilocalories per gram of carbohydrates. So this is what is the difference between the two. Let's go on to the next slide, and what we are going to study in this chapter is that how energy production is going to take place. Let us take up this activity, that is label the parts of the respiratory system. The very first one here, that is the nasal cavity. Coming to the second one here, that is the oral cavity, that is through which the food we are going to take up, the mouth, that is the oral cavity. Third one, this is pharynx. Pharynx is a common passage for both food as well as air. Food as well as air. It's a common passage for both. Then we have the next one, fourth one here. This is larynx. This is also known as the voice box here. This is larynx. Then this ring-like structure which you are seeing here is called as the trachea or the windpipe. And this kind of a structure prevents the trachea from collapsing. Then you have the fifth one over here. This is called as bronchioles. Now this trachea branches out and it forms two major bronchi. Each enters one of the lungs, right and left lung, and here it branches out and it is called as bronchioles. Then number 6, this is the left lung, and number 7, that is diaphragm, which plays a very important role in respiration, that is during inhalation and exhalation. Now there is a slight difference between respiration and breathing. When we say respiration, it accounts to taking in oxygen, giving out carbon dioxide, along with release of energy. Whereas breathing is only taking in oxygen, that is inhalation, and giving out carbon dioxide, that is exhalation. Let's move on to the next slide. Here one labeling is to be done, and that is called as alveoli. So these are balloon-like structures. The bronchioles, they end in such balloon-like structures. These are called as the alveoli. They are provided with a dense network of capillaries. Here you can see lots of capillaries are present, and here the exchange of gases, that is oxygen and carbon dioxide, actually takes place. So that is alveoli. Let's go on to the next slide.